Now feel the breath like a pitcher of water pouring deep into your belly. On the inhale, the breath comes deep into the low belly. And on the exhale, the water pours out of the pitcher out through your nostrils. On your next inhale, imagine the water coming into the deep belly and then filling up to the ribs and higher up into the upper lungs. And on an exhale, it all pours out. At your own pace, the inhale fills the low belly, ribs, upper chest, and exhaling, releasing it all. This 3-part breath is accessible to us all day long. Very grounding, allowing the attention to rest just on the breath. Reminding us of this present moment. Helping to tame the monkey mind from jumping into the future or worrying about the past. And let these words by Danna Faulds wash over you as you sit quietly. Her poem is called Metamorphosis. Called beyond the confines of this chrysalis by a force I cannot see or name, I am compelled by pain and something bigger than myself to leave the protection of all that I have known. There is struggle, doubt, and awkward setting forth. Finally, I break free of the cocoon and find myself surrounded by air and light. I dare to act, still not knowing what I am. Instinct or maybe faith bids me move forward, make the leap, explore this mystery of change and flight. I find myself with wings that dwarf my former world. Unfurled, they dry quickly in the sun. I, who expected to spend my days crawling, now teach myself to soar. Such a rush of wind and freedom. That first flight teaches me more than I had learned in a lifetime of crawling. So hopefully you can all still hear me. I'm sitting over here. Allow your eyes to open and come to a seated position, either cross legs, or if that's not comfortable, legs can be out in front. And we'll start with sitting on a lift. We'll just start by with some gentle neck rolls. So allowing your chin to drop to your chest, and then right ear to right shoulder. Chin drops to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And explore here Going at your own pace, really slowing down and stopping where you feel any tension. Adding breath to the very tight places in your neck and shoulders. Maybe adding some rolling of the shoulders, starting to open up. Maybe as your chin is, or ears, left ear to the left shoulder, maybe rolling out that right shoulder. Some circles with the arm. Make it organic. What does your body need right now in this moment? Switching to the other side, shoulder rolls. And then let's move that into side bend. So fingertips on the mat. Inhaling, left arm lifts, and exhale, side bend to the right. Notice if you go really deep and far right at first, and can you back it up? Feel that engagement in the low back. Your core is alive and holding you here. Looking for a nice opening from the left hip up through the shoulder. Exhale, left hand release. Inhale, right hand lifts. And side bend to the left. Might play here with collapsing, allowing that right shoulder to fall forward and then opening the sky. Inhaling, open, and exhaling, collapse. And then or hands can come to the knees. You might want to remove your pillow if you've been sitting on the pillow. We'll roll the spine in some cat and cow type postures. So on exhale, we're rolling back. You can imagine the low ribs start to meet the front of the pelvis. Inhale, brings the chest forward. Shoulders come down on the back. Nice lift. Exhaling, round, inhaling and lift. Again, at your own pace here, you might add some neck rolls, shoulder rolls. This is your practice. No one is judging you. And from this position, we'll bring the feet flat on the mat. And we'll continue with the similar movement to what we were just doing, but we're going to add the breath of fire here. So the movement is not as large as we were just doing. The movement is here in the belly. And the breath is the sharp inhalation and exhalation. The exhalation is through the nose and a passive inhalation. So Kapalabhati is, we'll take an inhale together and exhale, little roll, passive inhale, exhale. It's not a big movement. We're really, I'm just focusing on that movement of the abdomen towards the spine. Sharp exhale, passive inhale. Inhale and exhale, come back to seated and just pause and feel that first breath of fire in your body. And then inhale, arms lift. Exhale, we'll twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee. Sitting upright on an inhale, sternum in line with the knee. Exhale, twisting from the belly. Head is the last to look over the shoulder. Inhale brings us back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhaling, sternum towards knee. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale to center. One more on each side. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. And exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Arms release. Find your way to lying on your back. Just pausing here in corpse pose. Receiving the support of the earth. And on an inhale, arms will lift over the head. And exhale, left knee to chest. Exploring with some movements here, maybe taking some little circles at the knee in both directions, warming up the hip flexors and all the many muscles of the hip joint. Inhale, we'll release arms and leg. Exhale, right knee to chest. Hands can be either on the shin or on the back of the thigh. Exploring in this hip, just some very gentle hip openers, maybe backing way off and taking some larger hip circles, or holding closer in and taking some smaller circles. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to the side, and just pause here. Let's bring our feet flat to the mat. Feet are about hips width distance apart. And we'll come into some fiery core work here. The motion is going to be legs come parallel to the mat. You can watch if you want here first. We'll be taking right elbow to left knee, and then left elbow to right knee. You can modify this by having feet on the floor and just doing upper body, or upper body on the floor and just doing legs. You can have your feet at different heights. If you have any sensitivity in your low back, you might try having your legs up pretty high for this exercise. And so we'll use a ha breath here to invoke some fire. And the position of the abdomen is, if your feet are still on the floor, you want to feel that engagement of the hip bones to the low ribs that cause some flattening to the back, but you still want to be able to have a natural curve in your back. You don't want forcing your back straight to the mat. So front pelvis engages towards low ribs, feeling that core engage. Feet lift, hands behind the head. We'll inhale, exhale, right elbow, left knee, and then left elbow, right knee with ha breath in between. So ha, 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 ha. Inhale, exhale, let it all go. Corpse pose, resting posture. Feel the prana extending through to your extremities. And one more time, feet come flat to the floor, hands behind head, or modify as you need. Feet lift to 90 degrees. Inhale, exhale, ha, 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 ha. Inhale, exhale, release. Knees can stay bent, feet flat on the floor, hands to the sides. Knees can knock in towards each other. And then for this shoulder opener, I'd like to ask you to watch me first here, so you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to use a pillow and tuck the pillow right up under my shoulder, lying on my side with my hips stacked and my knees are stacked. So I have a nice stable balance here. And I'm going to start with stacking my arms. My fingertips are touching, and I'm going to slowly open my shoulder here. Now I have a lot of sensitivity in this right shoulder, so I'm going to go very slowly. And when I notice when I get to this point, it would really not be a good idea to force it. So I'm going to release my arm over that very tense spot. And then my shoulder opener on this side, you can see my arm is really actually pretty high off the ground. So find yourself in this position, lying on, maybe you're on your left side. So your left arm is out at 90 degrees from your body. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked. Fingers touch, fingertips touch. And on an inhale, we'll start to move that right arm over our heads and towards the back. If you have any sensitivity here, go very gently. And then you'll get to the point where you'll feel, I usually get to where my arms are across from each other. And then I start coming back the other way. And you'll find the places that are really calling to you to stop and pause. If you're feeling any nervy sensation, let it go. Roll out your wrist. Maybe you just are here right close to your head with some openers. Maybe your elbow bends to take some weight out of your arm. I know we are all dealing with incredibly tight shoulders and necks these days. So take care here. If you find an especially tight spot, stop there and breathe. Feel your heart opening here. Add the water. Where it's stuck, move around with creativity and gentleness. Find the flow. When you feel complete on this side, you can roll to the other side. I'm going to switch my position on the mat. I'm still facing you. I'm now lying on my right side, tucking the pillow under. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked. Fingertips touch out at 90 degrees. And inhale, allowing that shoulder to open. What I didn't mention on the other side is this is not a twist. I'm not opening into a twist here and allowing my left knee to drop. I'm staying in this hip position to really focus the energy on the shoulder area. Adding breath. Picturing little streams of healing water moving into the stuck and tense parts of your shoulder, bringing healing energy and life force. And then let's find ourselves on our backs again. And let's do some spinal rocking. Do rocks back and forth here. Eventually finding yourself in sitting and then in hands and knees. Tabletop position. Mary Catherine, how's the sound? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Sheila, you're great.
Okay, great.
I just put mine on mute for the breath work and I didn't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. So let's start here with some inhaling into cat pose and exhaling into cow. Opening up the spine again here. Let the chin drop. Feeling it into some organic movement in the hips, maybe starting to circle out the hips. Both directions. And then I want you to feel the difference when we usually do this pose in cat and cow. There's a big extension through the whole of the back and then a big drop into cow pose. I'd like you to try to feel this really just across the shoulders and shoulder blades. Some shoulder flossing, it's sometimes referred to. So here I'm really just allowing my chest to drop between my shoulders, and then as if I had wings on my shoulder blades, just really my shoulder blades are lifting. So chest drops. You can see it's a different motion. It's not as big of a motion. We're really trying to get into the shoulders here. Add some new movement in the fascia and the connective tissues in the shoulder area. Great. Let's tuck the toes. Inhale, hips lift. Deep bend in the knees, walking out the feet in downward dog. Bringing some movement into this first downward dog of the morning. And then feet will walk towards hands. Find your ragdoll. So your arms cross at the elbows and your chin releases. You might nod your head and your torso, yes. And then no, swinging from side to side. Deep bend in the legs can really help that pelvis to tilt forward to create an opening across the sacrum. So from here, with really allowing your torso to rest on your thighs, deep bend in the knees, as if we're scooping water from a river, lifting through strong legs, lifting that water overhead and allowing it to pour over us. Healing energy, healing water. And finding some organic twisting here. Twisting from side to side. I'd encourage you to move slowly here. Maybe close your eyes. Feeling into your energy field, your prana. And let's clear the field here with hands by the side, inhaling, arms lift, pulling cleansing energy from the sky down through the front of your field, front of your body, maybe taking that into a forward bend, and again reaching down into the earth, pulling up new creative energy, moving that through the sides of your field, sides of your body. Again, into forward fold if that works in your body, and then lifting up this time. Hands coming back of your head, around behind your shoulder blades, clearing the back of your heels. Forward fold. Inhale. Arms lift. Exhale. Hands can move through center to your heart center. Taking your right hand to your heart and your left hand over your right. Pausing here. And then we'll inhale, hands move forward. Exhale, we'll sit back towards chair pose. Again, here, notice our tendency to have a big sway in the back. And then bring that front of the pelvis in towards the low ribs to engage in the low belly. Arms lift out, can be out in front or by the ears. Knees, feet are flat on the floor. Knees are strong. Imagine you're holding a block between your knees in this chair, very active chair pose. You can just keep it right here. If you'd like to add a little breath of fire, we'll add that strong exhale through the nose, passive inhale. So begin when you're ready. Big inhale together. Abdomen is moving forcefully towards the spine. Feet are strong on the ground. We'll inhale to stand. Pausing here, letting yourself regain your balance. Or exhaling into forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, we'll step the left foot back. And the right foot meets the left, finding yourself in plank position. See right away here, you can do this with knees down or knees up. If you can find that shoulder floss in this position, where you're finding the wings from the back of your shoulder blades, and then heart drops forward towards the mat. And from here, we will move back into downward dog. Taking time here in your downward dog to find your fingertips on the mat, feet planted. And then moving into some fire here, we'll flow back through plank pose. And you can watch here. We're going to lifting back into three-legged dog, left leg lifts. And on an exhale, left knee comes to right elbow. Exhale back to downward dog. Inhale to downward dog. Left knee to left elbow. Inhaling, left knee to center. And inhale to downward dog, releasing that left leg. Taking a few breaths here in downward dog. And then bringing a little bounce into the knees, heels bounce. Let's lift the right leg. Right leg lifts, inhale, exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow. Inhaling to three-legged dog. Inhaling, right knee to center. Inhaling, releasing that left leg. Knees come to the ground, hips come to knees, child's pose. Feeling your heart beating. Feeling the fire cleanse you. And now the water nurture you and restore. Feeling the breath in the back, in your backside body. We'll inhale to table pose. And exhale into downward dog. Left leg lifts. And exhale, left leg foot steps between the hands. Setting up for warrior one. Warrior one can be done with the knee on the ground or knee lifted. So feeling firm stability in front and back leg. We'll inhale, arms lift. We're not so much worried about straight back leg here, but it can have a shorter stance and right hip point, like you have flashlights on the pointing the front of your hips. And here, holding this warrior one pose can be lots of fiery work all on its own. We will add a little ha breath here by inhaling, and we'll exhale, right knee to the ground, and inhale, ha. Or, sorry, let's see. Exhale as we lift, ha. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, ha. Inhale, knee down, ha. Ha. So go slow here. This can be a very small movement. It can be a bend just in the back knee, trying to not have the front knee move too far over the left toes. And inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, hands come down to the floor either side of the foot, stepping back into downward dog, knees down, child's pose. Hands can get, forehead can be stacked on the hands to give a little position for the forehead to rest. Find the water here. Inhale, come back to all fours. Toes tuck. Lift the hips into downward dog. We will lift the right leg here. On an inhale, exhale, step the right leg forward. And lift into warrior one. Again, this can be done knee down. I'm going to shorten my stance here so I can get my left hip point pointing forward. So we'll inhale, exhale, knee down. Ha, sorry, the opposite. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, ha. Inhale, ha. 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 Inhale, warrior one. Gain your balance here. Let yourself recalibrate. Exhale, hands come to the outside, the right foot, stepping the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, deep bend in the knees. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to the heart. And pause here, really tuning in to notice your experience. Maybe releasing the hands and just letting yourself move. Eyes can be closed. Just feeling that watery element move through your whole system after those fiery postures. Maybe your shoulders rolls here, your arms swing out, maybe heels drop. Take it all out. So we'll lift our arms here on an inhale, greeting the sun and the new day. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll find our way to seated position, however that works in your body. And be setting up for a forward fold, but looking for, you want your pillow and your blanket nearby. So I like to move some of the extra flesh in my hips off to the side as I'm setting up for my forward fold. Feet are alive and awake, toes are pointing to the sky, and I like to think about the pinky side of my feet. If I could really encourage the pinky toe to move back and engaging that outer side, the outer lines of the feet here, what a difference that makes. If this is difficult for you to sit here, you can add a lift under your sit bones. You can put blankets and blocks under your knees. Make this comfortable. This is not about pain or discomfort. This is about you finding a comfortable forward fold. We're getting near the end of the movement part of our class, so we're releasing into these postures. So however you find yourself in that strong posture, you can still feel the core engaged here. Nice straight spine to start. You might move your pillow onto your lap. Again, pinky toe side of the feet is engaged at the start here. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Hands walk forward. Just notice where you go. Just keeping a straight spine here to start. I can already feel release happening in the backs of my legs. And now let it all go, all the work of the posture. Let the feet go, let the belly go. You might cross your arms on top of your pillow or take another bolster if you have it to make a nice high lift so that you can really let yourself go here. Let your head hang. Notice the places where you're still holding on. Look for those places. What can they teach us about how hard we work all the time, all day long, and don't let ourselves feel this full relaxation, fully restoring. Feel the breath in the back side of your body here. Can you let your jaw release a little more? And you bring a gentle smile behind your eyes. All those muscles of the eyes. And you let your brain relax. Just settle. Fingertips can come to the sides of the knees now as you slowly let yourself lift up. Seated, moving your props aside, making sure you have that strap handy, finding your way to reclined on your mat. Starting with knees bent here, feeling yourself again in this reclined position. And this whole series can be done with knees bent. If you have any sensitivity in the low back, or if it just feels good, you might try it. So we'll On an inhale, we'll lift our right leg. So right leg is pointed towards the sky. And maybe release the ankle here, rolling out the ankle. And you can take your strap now around your foot, or if you don't have a strap, holding your hands behind your thigh. You may want to extend the left leg now if you haven't done so already. And add some circles in here. Can you open the hip a little bit more in this position? And then holding your strap in your right hand, left hand can be on the left hip or off to the side, allowing that right foot and leg, hip to open towards the right to any degree. If you start to feel any discomfort or pain, back it off. Feel that opening in the left side, the left hip, keeping that left hip grounded. Inhaling to center and exhaling. Let's bring the left foot up to meet the right. Cross it under the strap. Right foot releases to the ground. Strap is around the left foot now. You can release the right leg if you'd like, or keep the right leg foot bent, foot on the floor. Adding some circles here into the left hip, both directions. Can you find that outside, the pinky toe, side of the foot, imagining that outer leg engaged from the pinky toe down to the knee and hip? Woo, I feel that. You feel that, Mary Catherine? She's there, I know it. So then our strap is in our left hand. We're going to open
Yes.
out to the left. I'm putting you on the spot, MC. Right hand can be off to the side or right hand on the hip. Feeling that nice opening in the left leg. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, left foot to the floor. Let's take happy baby here now, or any posture that would feel good in your body right now. You might just be bringing your knees to your chest and doing some sacral circles. Or if you would like to try happy baby, you can bring your hands to your shins, or maybe the outsides of your feet. And rolling first to one side, then the other. If this works in your body, if not, find another pose that would just feel really nice right now, the end of our practice. And then finding your way into Shavasana. You may want to bring your blanket or pillow again under your legs for support here. You have that, a t-shirt or something to put over your eyes. Taking time to settle into your posture. Feeling the back side of your body on the floor. Feeling where your body meets the floor.
the mat, the backs of your legs, backs of your arms, low back, mid back, shoulders, back of the skull. Imagine you could help drain the tension of the world through your body into the earth, which can hold us and support us. Letting go, letting go. Bringing some gentle movement into your fingers and toes. Maybe finding a big stretch. When you're ready, rolling onto your right side. Pausing here. And then finding your way into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. No rush. Take your time. Sitting on a cushion or a pillow. Finding your long, straight spine. Noticing the difference in your breath or your mind from when we started this class. And I'd like to share this Bhakti poem that I wrote at the end of our yoga teacher training course this past November. I think it speaks to this time in our lives. May I pause and listen to my deep heart. May I notice without judgment when I've lost my center. May I learn to trust that my inner wisdom is waiting to hold and guide me, especially when I'm gripped by strong emotions. May I encourage those around me to be their authentic selves, even when inconvenient for me. May I remember to back off when stuck and re-engage from a place of wholeness. May I practice forgiveness with an open heart. May I rest in love. So bringing hands to heart center, thumbs resting lightly on sternum. The bright light within me deeply honors the bright light within each of you. May you bring your light into the world. We need it so much. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming today. This is a lovely group of beautiful people that gives me so much inspiration to keep doing what we're doing. So thanks, everyone. If you have to go, please feel free to do so. Anyone who would like to stay to do a few more minutes of pranayama and meditation, we'll do that now. But I understand if people have to go. If you have to go and would love to give feedback in another way, feel free to do that. So we're going to continue. We've been working with the 9 purification breaths the last few weeks, and I like that to practice a breath practice for a few times so that we gain a comfort level with it. And I thought what we could do today was a few rounds. We'll go through, so that just a review of the 9 purification breaths is that we inhale through the left side channel and exhale through the left channel by holding off our right nostril, and then we switch and we'll inhale through the right side channel and exhale, and then inhale and exhale through the center Sushumna Nadi. I thought we could try doing that 3 times each. So we'll do all 3 of those breaths 3 times and then sit in meditation, just because sometimes going through those 3, we're thinking about it so much the first time that it takes doing it a few other times to really settle in to the practice. So I think everyone who's here, Josie, we can talk about this more another time if you'd like, but I'm going to jump in because everyone else here has been practicing this breath. So just as a review, the Ida Nadi, the left side channel, is the feminine moon energy, our nurturing, creative side, and Pingala Nadi is the right side channel, the more masculine sun energy, the get things done, planning, organizing side. And the center channel, the Sushumna Nadi, helps to balance those 2 very strong and important energies that we need both of them, but we often tend to be landing more in one or the other. And it does so by just actually helping to clear our sinuses by balancing. So we'll start with the mudra is right thumb touches close to the right base of the right ring finger. If that's uncomfortable, you can let that go and just use your index finger to close off the right nostril. And then left hand can just be lying open on your lap or face down, whatever feels more comfortable. So we will inhale through the Ida Nadi, behind the eye, all the way down the left side channel to the base of the spine. And then exhale all the way up the left side. The breath releases, imagining the breath release through the crown. 2 more times on the left side. Inhaling to the base of the spine, exhaling through the crown. Then we release the right hand and same mudra with the left hand, closing off the left nostril with the left fingertips. We'll inhale through the right nostril. If you're very stuck on one side or the other, you can breathe through the opposite nostril and just have the intention to be breathing down the right side channel. Imagining the breath releasing through the crown of the head. When you've completed 3 breaths on the right side, the left hand can release to your lap. And now imagining breath coming through both the right and left side channels, meeting at the base of the spine. And exhale comes straight up through that central energy channel, Sushumna Nadi, through the crown of the head. 3 times. And then when you're complete on that side, we'll start over, and we'll do this 2 more times at your own pace. So again, just blocking off the right nostril with the ring finger or index finger of the right hand, and inhaling 3 times. Inhaling and exhaling 3 times through the left nostril. Switching when you're complete. Left fingers block off left nostril, inhaling and exhaling through the right side channel. Long, slow breaths, easy breaths, not forcing here. Releasing that when you're complete, and imagining the breath coming through both Ida and Pingala nadis, wrapping behind the eyes, down the side channels, mixing their energy up through Sushumna Nadi, center energy channel, 3 times. And then last time in your own pace, your own breaths, blocking off the right nostril. Switching when you're ready. And we'll move right into a few minutes of meditation. Allowing sounds and thoughts to move through like clouds in the sky. No need to get hooked. Just let them go by. So coming back into this moment. You might place your hands on your heart. Acknowledge yourself for showing up today. Remembering that this breath is here available to nourish us in every moment, whenever we think to call upon it. Namaste, friends. Thank you so much for practicing. If you would like